9 cat behaviors that only happen in deep bonds. Cats have a reputation for being mysterious, even aloof. But when a cat truly bonds with you, they reveal hidden sides of themselves that few people ever get to see. These behaviors aren't just signs of affection. They're rare, deeply personal rituals that cats reserve only for those they trust completely. In today's video, we're uncovering 9 fascinating behaviors that only appear in the deepest cat-human relationships. If your feline friend shows even a few of these, it means you've crossed into their inner circle in a way that most owners never do. By the end, you'll understand just how profound your connection really is. And number 1 may change how you see your cat forever. 9. They share private territory with you. Most cats are fiercely protective of their private spaces. A hidden perch on a bookshelf, a favorite window ledge, or a tucked-away spot beneath the bed. These areas aren't random. They're carefully chosen safe zones where your cat can fully relax without fear of interruption. If your cat allows you into these spaces, it's a profound sign of trust. Maybe they curl up next to you in their secret corner, or even invite you by meowing and walking toward it, glancing back to see if you'll follow. Cats don't extend this privilege lightly. Even other animals in the home are usually excluded. By sharing their private territory, your cat is erasing the invisible boundaries that most felines keep in place. A behavior so rare it's almost sacred. You'll notice the difference in their body language too. They won't just sit there stiffly. They'll sprawl, expose their belly, or close their eyes completely while you're nearby. It's as if they're saying, "I feel safest with you." 8. They change their scent for you. Cats live in a world ruled by scent, and much of their social life revolves around it. When a cat rubs their cheeks on furniture or scratches a post, they're marking it with their unique chemical signature. But there's a lesser-known behavior that occurs only in deeply bonded relationships: shared scent adaptation. You might notice your cat lingering in your laundry basket, burrowing into a shirt you just wore, or even sleeping directly on top of your shoes. At first, it seems like ordinary cat behavior, but watch closely over time. If they begin adjusting their own scent glands to smell more like you, and even rub against areas they've never cared about before, they're actively blending their identity with yours. It's an incredibly intimate gesture in feline terms. In the wild, only tightly bonded social groups will merge scents this way. Your cat is essentially declaring, "We are part of the same family now." This isn't just marking territory. It's a quiet, invisible process of merging two worlds. You may even notice other people's cats sniffing you differently because you now carry a hybrid you and them scent that only your bonded cat helped create. 7. They rehearse future behaviors with you. Some cats will occasionally chase toys or practice their hunting skills, but a deeply bonded cat goes one step further. They use you as a partner to rehearse complex social or survival behaviors they might never need in daily life. For instance, you might notice subtle patterns during play. Instead of just pouncing on a toy, they'll stalk you in slow motion from behind furniture, testing how you react, then pause and repeat, as though perfecting a routine. Or they might bring you a random household object, not as a gift in the usual sense, but as part of a miniature role play, watching carefully to see if you'll engage. This behavior is almost never seen with casual acquaintances. It's reserved for relationships where the cat feels completely safe to experiment. By using you as their rehearsal partner, they're preparing for potential challenges while also reinforcing their connection to you as a trusted collaborator. Over time, these rehearsals can become surprisingly elaborate. Some cats will even cycle through the same sequence of actions at the same time each day, almost like a ritual they've choreographed with you in mind. It's their way of saying, "You're not just part of my life, you're part of my strategy for navigating the world." 6. They adjust their sleep rhythm to match yours. Cats are naturally crepuscular, most active at dawn and dusk. That's why so many cat owners wake up to 3 a.m. zoomies. But when a cat forms an unusually deep bond, something remarkable can happen. They abandon their default rhythm to synchronize with yours. This isn't about convenience or simple habit. It's a deliberate physiological shift, one that requires them to override ancient instincts hardwired into their species. Maybe you notice your cat no longer prowls the house at night, but instead curls up at your feet until you stir. Or perhaps they wait by the door each morning, even if they'd normally be hunting imaginary prey under the couch. In extreme cases, bonded cats will even adjust their nap cycles throughout the day to match your work or school schedule, rising when you rise, resting when you rest. Scientists have observed similar behavior only in the tightest wild cat groups, where survival depends on synchronized movement. When your cat mirrors your schedule, it's their way of signaling, "You and I operate as one unit now." This behavior often goes unnoticed because it develops gradually. But once you realize it's happening, it becomes a powerful reminder of just how deeply your cat has woven you into their biological rhythms, as though your heartbeat has become a clock they set their life by. 5. They create shared memories through ritual. Cats live very much in the present moment, but a bonded cat will begin forming something that looks remarkably like shared memories with you. This shows up as ritualized activities that your cat insists on repeating at the same time or in the same sequence every day. Maybe every evening when you make tea, your cat appears on the same chair to watch. Or perhaps they demand a certain game before bed. Not just once, but consistently, as if rehearsing a story you're both part of. Here's the fascinating part. If you break the pattern, your cat doesn't just seem confused. They'll actively try to reconstruct the missing piece, nudging you toward the next step in the ritual, like a director correcting an actor mid-scene. This behavior isn't about routine alone. It's your cat creating a kind of memory theater, a space where the two of you exist in perfect synchrony. In the wild, only family groups form such rituals, usually to strengthen social cohesion or coordinate group hunts. By bringing you into these rituals, your cat is declaring you part of their deepest circle, the trusted few they can build stories with. It's a subtle but profound way of saying, I want our lives to have a rhythm we share, a story we tell together again and again. 4. They offer silent alignment during stress. Many people think of cats as comfort givers because they purr or curl up beside you when you're sad. But a cat that is deeply bonded with you goes beyond this simple response. They begin practicing silent alignment, a behavior so rare that it often goes unnoticed unless you know what to look for. Imagine you're stressed, pacing the room, or sitting quietly with racing thoughts. A deeply bonded cat will adjust not just their proximity to you, but their entire emotional state to mirror yours. If you're still, they'll become utterly still. If you're restless, they'll shift subtly, their tail twitching in sync with your tension. They don't do this to calm you directly. Instead, they're sending a primal message. We face this moment together. This silent mirroring is how cats in wild colonies build resilience. It creates a shared nervous system loop, reducing fear and strengthening the group's survival chances. When your cat practices silent alignment with you, it means they've fully accepted you as part of their emotional ecosystem. You may not even notice the behavior until one day you realize, whenever you sit down to process something difficult, they are there. Not demanding attention, not offering comfort in the usual sense, but simply existing in perfect resonance with you. It's an extraordinary gift, one that reveals a level of connection words can't capture. 3. They introduce private vocalizations. Most cats have a standard repertoire of meows, chirps, and trills. But when a bond becomes unusually deep, a cat will often invent special sounds used only with you, vocalizations no one else ever hears. These might be subtle, a strange half meow, a soft throat click, or a drawn-out tone you can't quite describe. Over time, you'll begin to recognize these sounds instantly, like secret words in a language only the two of you share. This isn't just cute behavior. In feline social systems, private vocalizations are reserved for the closest kin, usually between mother cats and their kittens. By creating one for you, your cat is slotting you into that same inner category of permanent, trusted companion. Here's a fascinating detail. These sounds often emerge during moments of transition. For instance, when you come home after being away, or when your cat notices a shift in your mood. They function like emotional shorthand, conveying layers of meaning in a single, unique syllable. If you've ever felt like your cat talks to you in a way they don't with anyone else, you're not imagining it. You've been granted access to a private vocabulary, a sign of a bond so deep it has reshaped how your cat communicates with the world. 2. They reveal their uncurated self. Even the most affectionate cats usually maintain a layer of self-protection. They groom before sitting beside you. They arrange themselves neatly when they rest. They behave in ways that keep them looking composed. But when a cat trusts you completely, this facade begins to drop. You might notice them flopping down with their fur sticking out in every direction, or rolling in a way that makes them look almost awkward. They may engage in behaviors they'd never show anyone else. Exaggerated yawns, half-snarled play faces, even clumsy mistakes like missing a jump and then immediately checking to see if you were watching. This is their uncurated self, the raw version of their personality that no casual observer ever gets to see. It's similar to how humans behave differently when completely alone versus in public. When your cat feels safe enough to be messy, unguarded, even a little ridiculous in your presence, it's one of the highest compliments they can give. It means they know, without a shadow of doubt, that you will never use their vulnerability against them. This level of comfort is almost never seen outside tightly bonded pairs, whether feline or human feline. It's a silent statement. You are my safe place. I can show you all of me. 1. They treat you as a permanent fixture of their inner map. Every cat carries an internal map of their environment, a mental model of where things are, who belongs where, and how to navigate safely. For most people, even beloved owners, their presence is like furniture, part of the environment, but ultimately interchangeable. But a deeply bonded cat will rewrite this map to place you at its center. You become more than a familiar figure. You become a constant, a point of orientation they use to understand the world. This shows up in subtle, sometimes startling ways. They may navigate rooms differently when you're present, choosing routes that keep you in their line of sight. If you move to a new home, they may explore more confidently simply because you are there, as if your presence overrides the fear of unfamiliar territory. In extreme cases, bonded cats have been observed ignoring threats or disruptions entirely, focusing solely on maintaining proximity to their chosen human. It's not dependence in the usual sense. It's a profound integration of identities. When your cat treats you as part of their inner map, they are saying, without words, where you are, that is home. No matter what changes, my world is built around you. This final behavior isn't just rare, it's life-changing. Once a cat has placed you at the center of their inner map, the bond is effectively unbreakable. It's a connection forged not just in affection, but in the deepest architecture of their mind. And there you have it. Those are the cat behaviors that only show up with a deep bond. Curious for more insights? Discover the things they will always remember about you, or learn how they show forgiveness. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more.